Hi! Alright, I am back, and this is a little piece of watercolor paper, and I am going to get it extremely wet. Okay, I'm just making my camera focus. I'm going to get it extremely wet with water. I'm just spraying it with a little cheap sprayer from Walmart from the travel section, and I'm just dousing it. And these are all Hydrus watercolors, fine art watercolors. So I'm using a blue, I don't know the color, but it's pretty, and a pink, and a purple, and I know you're surprised by the color combination, but I really wanted to go with this, like, galaxy-themed page. I've done galaxy stuff in the past, but I haven't been happy with the results. I'm mostly happy with this page. So, stay tuned, we'll see how it goes. So there's going to be lots of layering and tilting. I don't know why I taped it down to stop it from warping because I need to end up moving it around. I should have taped it to like a piece of cardboard or something so I could move the cardboard. But anyway, I'm going to lift it up and shake it all about. So, as many of you know, I say hi when I start my videos because my favorite drag queen says that. So, she just won the All-Stars version of my favorite show. So I am extremely happy. And yeah, it's probably not going anywhere. So if it's extremely annoying, it's supposed to be annoying. So it's kind of the thing. Sorry about it. But even my car says hi. So I wonder how many people pull up behind me and think, hi. Yeah, no, that's not how you say it. You have to go nasal. Hi. Like way up in there. So anyway. As you can see, I'm like blotting up some of the watercolor with the with an old rag, and it's leaving some cool like splotchy marks. And it's blending things together. The blue is mostly gone at this point because it's blended into the purple. But like I said, this is going to be a fairly long process of layering and blending. This page doesn't have a whole lot in terms of layers. Or in terms of 3D layers, rather. It does have a lot of layers of paint and everything, but it's going to be a relatively flat page. So, they don't all have to be giant. So, fun fact, Jen does smashbooking. She's into pocket letters right now. So, whenever she creates stuff, I always tease her that whatever she makes has to be so thick. It's always has to be as thick as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So every single time she makes something, she's like, "I did it again." I was like, "You did what?" She's like, "Peanut butter and jelly sandwich." So that's kind of our running joke in our house. It's not thick enough until it's as thick as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's Jen. So I just splattered some water on this page. I sprayed it in my hand and then flicked it on, trying to do the kind of Distress Ink Resist to see if it would lift up some of the color. And it did a little bit, but not enough for my liking. So I really wanted some light areas. So this is India ink, white India ink, and I'm just using a fan brush and I watered it down to create these spatters. And as you can see, our little galaxy is already forming. I made this page. I'm using just a mechanical pencil, by the way, and I'm writing the word fly. And I'm going to end up thickening the letters in areas, and then I'm going to use an X-Acto knife to cut it out. So I made this page probably 4 or 5 months ago. I'd say at the beginning of summer, maybe April or May. And I was in a total funk, just not feeling art, not feeling art journaling, just not feeling anything. I have not been wanting to create, as you all well know. And this one came out fairly easy for me. I think it's because I didn't put a lot of layers and a lot of thought into it. I just did what I wanted to do, and I got out of my studio. So, and just, I am, I think, getting out of my funk. So, yeah. Now it's just making sure I'm not so damn lazy that I'm just playing video games all the time. No good. No good. So as you can see, I did all of this by hand. When I made it, she sits behind me. We face away from each other, and I showed her this page, and she goes, "Is that a stencil?" And I'm like, "No, I wrote it." And she goes, "You wrote it?" Because she knows my handwriting's not the best. It's not horrible, but it's not awesome. So she was kind of impressed that I did this freehand. It's like, yeah, I got it on camera, so I have proof. I have proof that I did not use a stencil. So when I was thickening up the letters, I was just kind of thinking, where can I thicken the letters and then thin them out so that way when I cut things out, the inner piece didn't go away. As you can see with the L, I kind of failed a little, but that's okay. See, we're just going to put it back in. No one will ever know, except for everyone who watches it on YouTube. Okay, this is a little piece of black paper, and it's a really weird piece of paper. It's kind of like almost rubberized. So I tried doing a couple different things to it, and it didn't work, so I washed it all away. And then I grabbed some extreme glitter acrylic paint, and I am going to do 2 layers of that extreme glitter acrylic paint on this. I wanted a really shiny black. So now we're trimming this page down. I pulled this page out of my art journal, and oh, so maybe it's not watercolor paper. Huh. I'm a liar. Maybe it is watercolor. I don't know. I don't know. It might be watercolor, and I might have just glued it into my art journal. Anywho, so yeah, I trimmed it down so that way I could put this into my art journal. Whether or not it originated there, no one will ever know. And so I'm adding this foam tape onto the back of this little panel right here. This is the actual page, but the black is going to back that word so that way it pops out. And cutting a whole bunch of little pieces so that way it holds up all of those fine detail areas where I cut out all the letters. I didn't want it getting smashed in my art journal and looking, caved in certain areas. So I'm taking my time to really add all of these little tiny pieces in. Stuff like this will help make your art journal hold up over time if you put a little bit more thought, a little extra effort into it. Sometimes it's worth it. Because I was thinking, I'm like, well, I could just do the big areas, but then I'm thinking, okay, what if the page opposite it gets all kinds of peanut butter and jelly thick, and then I'm in trouble because it's going to smash it. So now it should be able to hold up nicely. And now the arduous process of removing all this. I hate removing this stuff. Oh, I just hate it. Because I always cut my nails extremely short, so I cannot ever get underneath that. Ugh, I hate it. But that's okay. Jenna and I used to watch a YouTuber, and she said that the cutest way, so we still say it to this day. She used to say, "That's okay, I don't mind." And it was so cute, so we still say that. Wish I could remember who it was. I don't know, but it was cute. So there we go. So now this piece is pretty thick. And I'm not sure, I'm not adding more foam. Oh, I think I added more foam to the top piece so that way when I glued it down it would be the same thickness. And now we're adding in that little piece of that L, because that looks awful. Looks like I messed up, and I did. And I did. There we go. Much better. Looks intentional. So when I got this put down, you could see all of the edges of the paper where I'd cut the letters because it was stark white. So I did not want that. So I grabbed my Pitt artist pen. This is the brush tip. I think it's the calligraphy brush tip. And I just used it to go around all of the insides of all the letters, just to darken it up and make it all blend. So I think I've mentioned to you guys that I've got a couple videos coming out this month. This is actually not one of them. I just happened to get this one edited in time. So I've got 2 more coming out this month. One of the pages I have to finish tomorrow. The other one's already done, but not edited. Oh, I'm so excited for you to see the one. You might not like it as much as I do, but I love it. Let's see what else. Ooh, I saw Sia in concert. Oh my God! If you get a chance to see her, so we weren't going to go. My best friend and her family were going, and we really wanted to go, but we couldn't afford the tickets. And I was on Facebook, I think, looking under Live Nation, and they had some promo code for tickets because it was like 2 days before the concert, and I guess they had a few more seats they were trying to fill, and the tickets were $25 a person. So we went and we took Cole, and it was his first concert, and he loved it. And we asked him what he would change, and he said, "I just wish she would play a new song." We're like, "Honey, they usually don't play like new songs at concerts. It's songs that have been released." So, but he loved it. I was up dancing and singing. The girls behind me were not happy about it because I am not easy to see through. And you know whose problem that is? Not mine. Normally, I'm very accommodating. Yeah, no. Concerts, I don't care. I paid the money. You can stand up. You could see around me if you stood up. No, they didn't want to stand up. Sorry about it. So I am journaling. As you can see, my pen's like dead. So because I've let them sit for so long and I haven't used them, so I let it puddle on my craft sheet and then I just dipped into it, kind of like a quill. So this is score tape, and I am using it just to tape down this whole panel onto a page in my art journal. And again, the dreaded removing of the paper. I hate this. Wish there was an easy way to remove the paper. I've tried tools. I just hate it. It's one of those things I just don't like doing. So I taped it in, and as you can see, this page in my journal is sideways, which normally I don't work in my journal sideways, so that's neat. So then I started looking, and I'm like, well, let's edge this page to help bring it in, which I thought helped a little bit. It helped kind of frame in that page, but then the white on the page just was glaringly white, like glaringly. This is that same brush tip marker, by the way. And so I'm going to use that brush tip marker just to color in all of that white, just to make it nice and black. And then she gets pretty and all done. So that is the page. I hope you guys liked it. I will see you guys all soon. 2 more videos this month, I promise. So have a great day, and don't forget, bye!